Well, we have an opportunity here to get a drone shot or some drone video of the discs and both corn planters working on the same farm. So we're just making our outside pass on this one field here, and I'm gonna try to fly this drone while I'm doing this headland pass, which is kind of tricky. So I have just started on my first time around here. We're just gonna kind of pan around a little bit. This field's only a few acres. And when I pulled into this farm, Alex and Sarah were just getting done fitting up some crown on the side of the road my father's on, and to be honest with you, I forgot to call them so that I was sure to make sure that they got into a field that I was going to be going in. So they are tag teaming this field here to get it done so that I can get it planted. The planter's 40 feet wide and Sarah's running 95/60. Her disc is 33 feet and Alex's disc is 20 feet. So they can cover a fair amount of ground in a hurry. They're going a lot faster than I am, and as you can see, they are just about done with this field here. So we'll pan over to where my father is at. He is on the other side of the road. It's a little bit of a risky situation putting the drone up in the air because it is real windy. And we have gotten some rain showers here too. There's another small front pulling through here, but it doesn't look like it's going to amount to too much as far as how much rain we're going to get. We need the rain bad. You can see the amount of dust that is rolling off of Alex's disc there, and then of course you've seen the amount of dust that is rolling off of Sarah's disc. So I'm having a little trouble piloting the drone and giving you guys a shot of what everybody's doing here because I'm making my first pass around this field. So this isn't going to be planted too straight, but it is silage corn, and I will be chopping it, and there won't be anything to worry about there because I'll be combining the combine corn anyway. So there's never too many people complaining about how straight the corn rows are planted here. Usually we get on guidance as soon as we make our first time around the field. However, I have to record this boundary track as I make the first time around. So this field, or this farm rather, is stripped just because it lays on a little bit of a side hill. Now, for those of you that are local to this area, I am just a few feet south of Beacon Skip Apple Orchard. They are ironically having a concert tonight. You can see their facility off in the distance over on your right-hand side of the screen. And I thought the concert was tomorrow night, and I got caught in a little bit of a traffic jam as there was a line of traffic getting off of Route 20 and coming up Route 80 here. So we've got this field that the three of us are in. We've got the next strip on the other side of the hedgerow, and then there's two more down in below it. That other field off in the distance isn't ours. And my father is on the other side of the road. We'll go over and we'll fly over and get a shot of him, but we might as well get a little bit more of a shot of these guys finishing up this field here. I don't know if they're working both ends towards the middle or if Sarah has moved on to, no, they're working both ends towards the middle. So we'll get our height down here a little bit. I backed up in over the top of the trees there, and I wanted to make sure I didn't put it in the bushes. So we increased our height here a little bit. It's ironically enough, I'm not getting any warnings as to how windy it is here. In order for everything to align itself here with being able to line everybody up and have the ability to have time to get the drone up in the air, it's quite tough. So I figured this was probably going to be the only opportunity, and I better take advantage of it. And the whole time, of course, when I was filling up with fertilizer, it was sprinkling. So I said, wow, this little opportunity that I have right at the present moment is probably going to go by the waysides here. So yeah, they are moving right along. We might as well fly over and see how my father's doing. Sneak up on him. My mother is riding with him, or she just dropped him off a coffee. So oh, let's see, we're keeping the corn planter out of the dingweeds, and everything is doing what it's supposed to, and we are, of course, moving right along. I've almost made a complete revolution around the field here. Once I get around the field, then I can follow this previous pass here, and everything will be good. So, they are done with this one. I get down to the end here, I'll pick up, turn around, and we will make our second pass around this field. Then we'll go over and spy on my father for a hot minute. Doing rather good. Flying over the top of that. I was trying to look up to see when I planted this. I kind of forgot. I don't know if it's 2 years old, or yeah, I think it's 2 years old. So we're gonna have to back our speed down here. Sarah's right into where I started. Now you don't have to worry. Oh my God, they're tilling up your new seeds. They put the rolls down. Their discs are up in the air. So we can pick up, and then what we can do is we can just back up, get parallel with the spot that we are in, and jack it right up through next to our headland pass here. So usually I can just turn around, do either a figure 8 or whatever, but being that they are trying to get folded up, we're just going to let them do their thing here. As you can see, the one disc folds around forward, and the other one just kind of folds up vertical. So we'll back this up. Gotta check my coverage here. I should be, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good right about there. I've got rows 1 and 2 outside the boundary, but that's all right. We can get on her. planter's down, as long as we don't back up, we'll be all good there. So we'll get lined up to our guidance track here. Once the green star tells me we are lit, we can push the buttons. The buttons are pushed. Now we are on autopilot. So they are folded up, and away they go. So we got, yeah, bang, I almost let that sucker go over into the trees. So, oh, I got it on sport mode. No wonder why this is a little glitchy and jerky. So on this controller, I can, there's 3 different speeds. There's normal, there's sport mode, and there is tripod mode. If you have it on tripod mode, it will fly like just 2-3 miles an hour. And what it does is it is able to provide a little more of a steady shot. So you guys seen enough of this planter. Making my turn here, and it's doing, let's pan around here, doing very nicely here. Yeehaw! You won't even be able to tell where that gust row is. It's doing such a beautiful job. So they have to ride around this field here, get down to the next corn strip, and like I said, we're gonna ride on over. We're going to spy on my father with the 12-row. I really didn't show the 12-row all that much in the last video here, and some of you may not really care for these drone videos, but I used this drone this one time here. I don't know. Mother's up here. I think she just dropped him off a coffee and went on her way. Well, my golly gee, she could have brought me one. Low battery. We want to cancel that. I got 42% battery left, so don't you worry. We will keep a flying on her here. So he's using guidance. This planter does have the markers on it. My father's old school, so he will use the markers on his first couple passes around the field. And then he'll start using GPS. All of our fields are mapped already, and we have guidance tracks already established for each and every field. We have a fair amount of guidance tracks as well, and you can pick from anything you want, whether you want a east side, west side, north end, south end, and what have you here. So he's come into his headland pass, and he has to get turned around on the other end, catch his guidance track. Looks like he's going to be shutting rows maybe 10, 11, and 12 off once he gets turned around on that headland, and when he starts headed back this way. So we went from 42%. Oh, he's stopping there. Why is he stopping? Oh, I got a weak signal. Did he actually stop, or did the camera conk out? Camera conked out. I don't know. He stopped for something. So we'll come back and join him. I'm getting a weak image here. I don't know what's going on. Image transmission is weak. Good thing I have the home point. Oh, he's going back the other way, so I don't think he actually stopped. You guys won't. I don't know what happened there, but it appeared that he was stopped, and he really wasn't. It was just the camera froze, and then when that happens, what you want to do is you want to stop flying, because you just want to let the drone do its thing. And if you were actually to fly the damn thing, what would happen is you could very well be blinded and you might end up broadsiding a tree or something, because I am right next to the bushes there. So we're at our furthest point away from him, and now we're headed back the other way. Now there is quite a bit of an interference here with the remote inside this cab, just because of the amount of glass and the other interferences that there are with the receiver on the tractor. Just odd things like that kind of hinder the strength of the signal back to the actual remote here. So if I was standing outside with this remote, usually they say that there's about a 4-mile range, 4-mile clear line of sight range between the remote and the drone. So that'll give you an idea what that planter looks like. Obviously, I have sucked a lot of power out of this drone, and I am running out of battery. So we are going to fly up and over. We're going to do a wide swing over the top of the apple orchard here, kind of show you where that concert's happening. I really shouldn't fly over it in particular because of the amount of people that are there. It's kind of frowned upon when you fly the drone over a large amount of people. So the apple orchard is right up there, straight in front of us. You can see all the cars parked there, and that's where they have their concert venue going on. So the girls are, I don't know, probably by now they have split up. There's no reason why they need to hang out in the same field. I can't tell which field they are in. However, you guys will know. I don't know if they went to the bottom one or if they went to this next one. So with that being said, we better get this drone back to us here. Strong wind warning, aircraft unable to return to home automatically. Lower altitude immediately and return home manually. So when you take off with the drone, it records the exact geographical location that it took off from. And what the drone does is it will maintain a certain amount of battery level so that it doesn't matter how far you get away from the home point, it wants to make sure that it can get flown back to where the drone originally took off from. So in the event that you lose signal from the remote control to the drone, it will, of course, it will hover in place for a little bit. You can set some parameters and it will go up to a certain height. I have mine set at 150 feet. It'll go up to a 150-foot altitude from where it took off. So you have to be very careful. If you're into some hilly terrain, you want to make sure that you have enough altitude to have it up above the trees, because when it flies back on its own, you want to make sure there's no obstructions in the way. So I am fresh out of battery. We've jaw-jacked her enough here, and I am coming into my corner here. So what I'm going to do is I am going to get the planter picked up, get it turned around, and I am going to land this drone. So we've got an extremely low battery warning, and it wants to land the drone. That's what I am doing manually here, and I haven't got to worry about it taking off. So with that being said, folks, take her easy. Thanks for watching, and we will catch you at the next video.